Hello, it's Nikki and welcome to this little checklist slash mini training all about investing in yourself. Now, the internet does not stop talking, does it, about investing in yourself? Like, you've got to elevate, you've got to have a coach or buy this course or do this thing or turn around 3 times. Like, it just so much going on. And as I've gone through my working business life, I've always made a decision to prioritize that. And mainly it's because I didn't know very much when I first started having a coaching practice, because I trained as an actor, so I could do an interpretive dance for somebody, but I didn't know how to digital market, for example. So I have invested in different levels, different options, different ways for many, many years. And there have been, generally, like most of the decisions I've made, I've been so delighted with. And there have only just been a couple where I'm like, oh no, I didn't need to buy that. Or sometimes what's happened is the person has so overpromised on what they can deliver, and it's just not that. So yeah, there's all sorts of things. But this video for you is if you know you're at a crossroads and you know you need something, but you don't know what you need. Or maybe you think you need all of the things, and actually you need to come back to this place of feeling grounded and that sense of, right, I feel like I can make a decision from integrity. I feel like I'm going to make a good decision here. And so I wanted to give you some questions. So as I share these questions with you, feel free to grab a piece of paper and a pen and journal some thoughts and feelings and what comes up for you. Number 1, radical responsibility and going all in. Are you in this position where you are ready to go all in? Now, this is not at the expense of everything else. This is not a perfection thing either. So sometimes when going all in is spoken about, it's like, right, this is it. Guys, I'm going to sell my house, I'm going to sell my car, I'm going to sell my granny, and I'm going to work 20 hours for the rest of my life or for the next 5 years, and I'm going to do whatever it takes. And most of us are not in that situations where we A, want to do that, or B, we can do that because we're adults having adult responsibilities and commitments. But what I'm talking about is your own version of going all in, because I know personally, I know when I'm in and I know when I'm out and I know when I'm shaking it all about. And sometimes I'll convince myself like, yeah, I'm all in. Yeah, definitely. And I'm not. I haven't made it a priority. I'm half-arsing something. And this is your invitation today to ask yourself the question. Because no matter how much this coach, this trainer, this expert promises, unless you're all in, it doesn't matter how great the results are or that the other people got or how good the content is, because it's ultimately all down to your implementation. So unless you are ready to say, I am open to receiving this information, I am open to going all in and learning and asking all the questions and being present and doing the work, if that is not the state that you're in, I would pause, I would wait, and then I would carve out the time and think about what it is that you absolutely need. Because I also know that so often people have purchased things from me and then they've not opened them or completed them or anything like that. I know everybody gets busy, but I think there's, lots in here, lots to be said. Number 2, do you think that you will feel safe to grow in this environment, in this relationship? And this is about knowing yourself. Now, there are some times when, there's many times. Drama school was definitely I mean, I've got so much to say about it, but it was the ultimate growth moment, or 3 years. And some of it, I mean, we weren't talking about mental health at that stage. We weren't talking about student care. We were talking about the art and doing whatever it took to get to that place. And so many of those things that happened during that time, I actually don't think would be in the situation now. But regardless or not, there were some times in those 3 years where I did some work, some learning, where it felt deeply uncomfortable. But the expert, the trainer, the teacher made me feel like it was safe to do that. And then there were other times where I felt pressured to go there and I did not feel safe at all. And when I came out of it, I just felt very discombobulated, because that's one of my favorite words. Very discombobulated, very unregulated. And yeah, it just didn't work for me. And I also know, as somebody who's invested a lot over the years, how I thrive and how I excel. And I'm not somebody that needs a lot of fuss. I'm not somebody who needs a lot of like, but are you going to be okay? Like, I can get on with things. But equally, for me, it's more about the tone, the flavour. So I don't do very well at being shouted at or being shamed in a group, or there's loads of things in that moment. So when I'm talking about feeling safe to grow, it's not about being in a flowery environment. It's about being in the right environment to help you progress. And sometimes that has been, for me, it's been a coach saying, you know, you keep doing this thing, don't you, Nikki? I'm like, And they're like, it doesn't work, does it? I'm like, no, it doesn't work. I know that. And it's all to do with the intention. Because once I've had that conversation, I'm like, no, I know it doesn't work. So I'm now going to go and do that thing. I'm going to go and change it. And I think sometimes what can happen is people get not misled, but captivated by the potential of something. And actually the person leading it is not the right flavor. It's not the right match for them. And then they end up not feeling safe, not doing the work, and then not getting the results. I've got lots to say on this. 10 beautiful, juicy points here. So come back for part 2 and I'll see you then. Bye.